If you are traveling to Manila, Philippines as a domestic traveler coming from any part of the country, or as an OFW, non-OFW, or foreign national coming from different parts of the world, then this video will explain the international and domestic travel requirements that you need to prepare as of June 2021. Stay tuned and watch the video to know more. Welcome to DenZ TV. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you receive updates as they are posted. This video contains information about the following: domestic travel requirements coming from Philippine Airlines, AirAsia, and Cebu Pacific Air. International travel requirements for OFWs, non-OFWs, and foreign nationals. Let's start with the domestic travel guidelines from Philippine Airlines. This is for local travelers coming from different parts of the Philippines, whether you are traveling from Luzon, Visayas, or Mindanao. What are the things that you need to prepare if you are traveling with Philippine Airlines? First, mandatory wearing of face mask and face shields. Second, mandatory use of the Trace mobile application. And third, registration to the Philippine Airlines passenger profile and health declaration form. The link to the passenger profile and health declaration form will be provided in the video description below. Now let's discuss the travel documents needed for passengers of Philippine Airlines. Again, this is for local travelers coming from any part of the country. So it bears repeating because I get a lot of questions in the comment section about requirements for Davao to Manila or Iloilo to Manila. And good news, these requirements are the same for all travelers regardless of origin. So for Philippine Airlines, we have these requirements for LSIs or locally stranded individuals. Valid ID. For authorized persons outside residence or APUR, we have company ID or employment certificate. And for returning overseas Filipinos, we have the Bureau of Quarantine Certificate, which proves that you have already served the quarantine requirement as an overseas Filipino returning or arriving in the Philippines. Medical result that contains the result of your RT-PCR test, and of course, a valid ID. Now let's proceed to the domestic travel requirements for passengers of AirAsia going to Metro Manila, coming from any part of the Philippines. We have a uniform protocol for all inbound passengers, and that is to provide only your valid ID, and later on you comply with the LGU travel requirements of your destination. But during check-in, only your valid ID and your ticket will be checked. The same is true for the domestic travel requirements of Cebu Pacific Air. So it's uniform for all inbound passengers, and you have to just provide your valid ID and your ticket, of course, and provide any travel document required by your local government unit, if there is. Now let us discuss the international travel requirements for Manila. This is for travelers coming from abroad, arriving in Ninoy Aquino International Airport. The basis is Philippine Airlines, but you can translate these requirements to any airline you are flying with. For non-OFWs or returning overseas Filipinos and foreign nationals who are not yet vaccinated or who received their vaccines abroad, this is the list of the requirements. First, as early as 3 days prior to your departure, register and accomplish the Philippine Airlines electronic case investigation form and save the confirmation email and QR code. The link to that will be provided in the description below. Second, you may also prepay for your RT-PCR test. A payment portal link is available after successfully registering to PALS ECIF. For passengers arriving in NAIA Terminal 1, you must register as early as 3 days before departure using the link that is also going to be provided in the video description below. Next, download, print, and accomplish the Affidavit of Undertaking or AOU for submission upon arrival in the Philippines. For those who are asking what this document is, this is just part of the arrival documents you need to submit at the airport upon arrival that contains your address and contact details in the Philippines. And lastly, you have to ensure to have a confirmed booking at a hotel accredited by tourism and health agencies and for 10 days. to accommodate the schedule of your test and the release of results. For fully vaccinated travelers who are inoculated in the Philippines, the quarantine period is now shortened to 7 days instead of 14 days, so you need to have a confirmed hotel booking for 7 days. This is the added rule by the IATF as of June 4, 2021 in the Resolution 119. Now let's go to the travel requirements for overseas Filipino workers. First, as early as 3 days prior to your departure, register and accomplish the electronic case investigation form and save the confirmation email and QR code. For land-based OFWs, use the website balikpinas.ph, and for sea-based OFWs, you have to use the ecif.firstaid.ph. Second, for land-based OFWs, create, update your account on the OFW Assistance Information System or OASIS, and the link will also be provided in the description below. Upon check-in, sign the declaration and waiver form presented by the check-in agent indicating that you are healthy and fit to travel. And those are the domestic and international travel requirements for Manila as of June 2021. Thank you so much for watching. If you find the content of this channel valuable, remember to subscribe. Feel free to check